Ruger crept down black stone steps into a large cavern laced with small, fiery pools of lava. He cringed at the eerie shadows rippling across the rough stone floor around him. Diomedes cursed him for his failures and left his face disfigured and grotesque. Only when Billy is dead and Diomedes is released from her imprisonment in the underground cavern could he ever hope to be healed. The spells of his enemies confined her for eternity, with only one way to free her. He needed to kill them to end her curse. The gnarly wizard sweated profusely from the heat as he approached a charred wooden table with 7 skulls next to a cauldron. "Diomedes," he shouted nervously. "Have you solved the device yet?" boomed a raspy voice from the rear of the cavern. Ruger's twisted and distorted face reflected his fear. "No, I haven't," he said humbly. The shadow of a tailed creature shone across the wall. "And what of the outsider?" "He will be dealt with soon enough." Ruger looked around nervously for Diomedes, but saw only her shadow. "He must not be permitted to ally himself with the Ferengians," warned Diomedes. "I will take care of it immediately. If not, you'll join me in my hell. You are jeopardizing all my plans, you idiot." "I will do my best, Diomedes." "That's not good enough. You have repeatedly failed me, and now we are on the defensive." "I meant that I will succeed, Diomedes." Ruger bowed to her and fled the cavern. Doc Smith peered through the blinds at the sunlit yard and pondered the events of the last few months. After battling for survival against the Neanderthals and the giant spiders, he now found himself at Dr. Miller's research facility, immersed in a civilized atmosphere once again. The observatory and the surrounding buildings were the last remnants of functional civilization that he knew of on this world. Across the way, he studied the mountains and forests that reminded him of wild animals eyeing their prey. Joe Miller entered the conference room. "Good morning. Did you sleep well?" he inquired jovially. "Good morning, Joe. Quite well. Did you have any luck with the satellite imagery?" "A little. It appears we can access the satellite, but only for brief periods of time." Doc wore a grey wool sweater and corduroy pants provided by Dr. Miller's people. His shaved head and big rimmed glasses belied his true age of 55. Joe was a long-time friend and colleague. The two men jointly investigated changes in the Earth, which they believed induced the frequent earthquakes prior to the event that tore them away from their own planet. Joe was older than Doc at 62. He was only 5 feet tall and balding. Many scientists regarded him as the most brilliant eccentric in the world. His theories were quite ahead of their time, and he had a rational way of explaining them. He refused to let the disappearance of civilization change his routines. He continued to show up for work every day in a suit and insisted on punctuality among his co-workers. "We need to figure out who is responsible for this mess," remarked Joe. "Then we have to undo it." "That may be easier said than done," replied Doc. He examined the icons on the computer screen, then shifted his focus to the projection on the wall. After several keystrokes, Joe made the large projection screen change from a map of the planet to 4 satellite images. He used a laser pointer to draw Doc's attention to 4 blue patches on each of the images. "These shades indicate very intense energy fields," he explained. "They're comprised of odd varieties of wavelengths and frequencies of light and sound. In addition, it seems like the fields are made up of energies blended together unlike anything we've ever seen." "That's astounding," exclaimed Doc.